Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. I'm the owner of Auburn Yoga and Pilates. It's a fitness studio right in central Massachusetts. We offer yoga, spin, bar, and TRX. It's a great place. I have great members and I wouldn't trade the business for the world. I've been teaching group exercise for more than 20 years and I have decided that I wanted to make a few YouTube videos so that not only can my members enjoy them when they're traveling and away from the studio, but that maybe someone else can share the same passion that I've had for all these years. Today we'll be doing a Pilates mat workout and we'll be using the fitness ring, one of my favorite tools. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. So today we are going to start off supine with bent legs and feet about hip joint distance apart. You want to take your ring and you want to hold it right over the center of your chest. We're going to start off practicing that Pilates breath, which is in through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhaling through your nose and then exhale, pulling your abdominals back towards your spine. And you want to just visualize someone tightening a corset around you. It's those muscles that contract as you exhale in Pilates. So again, inhale, and then exhale through your mouth. So this time we're just going to add a small squeeze of the ring when we squeeze our arms. So simultaneously, exhale, engage the abdominals, and press your hands toward the midline. Inhale, and exhale. You may or may not see a lot of movement on that ring, depending on the type of ring that you're using, but you do want that ring to go from being perfectly circular to being slightly more egg-shaped. A few more of these. Inhale, prepare, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, and one more. Inhale, exhale. Now this time, as you inhale, take those arms nice and long back by your ears. As you do this, you want to make sure that the back of your rib cage stays in contact with the mat. So you do have to keep those abdominals engaged, or you may find that the lowest rib pops up. This time on your exhale, you're going to come up into a cervical nod. Long neck, tuck chin, still squeezing the ring. Inhale, come back, watching that rib cage. Exhale, coming up. So inhaling, creating length. Exhaling, working on flexing that spine, bringing your sternum closer to your pubic bone. Exhale. Few more. 3, 2, 1. Now this time, taking a really big exhale, making a really big squeeze, we're going to come into a modified roll-up. So inhaling to prepare, rib cage is down. Exhale, coming up, lengthening your spine on your inhale. Exhale, engaging those abdominals so that the descent is slow. Inhale, reach those arms overhead. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lengthen that spine. So if you're finding that your feet are coming up off of the floor as you roll up, or you're simply not making it all the way up, think about exaggerating that exhale a little bit more and really giving those abdominals a good squeeze. Pilates is all about controlling that midsection and strengthening that midsection. Exhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. We'll try 2 more of these. Inhale to prepare, exhale, coming up. Coming down. And one more. This time I'm going to hold it at the top. So taking that ring so that the wrists are approximately level with the shoulders. Feet are still parallel, about hip joint distance apart. We're just going to do some scoops. So from here, inhaling, spine is long. Exhaling, really think about moving your pubic bone towards your sternum and vice versa. And lengthen. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, lengthen. So you can make your scoop fairly small if you're just starting out. Or, for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, you can really get a deep scoop in. Of course, you want to make sure that you don't feel like your back is uncomfortable while you're doing these. Using those abdominal muscles to support the back. One more of these. And next time, hold the scoop. So holding that scoop, you want to come to the point where you start to get a little bit of a shake, but not too much. And then from here, twist right, center, left, center. Give that ring a squeeze as you twist. Center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. So getting into that side body, through the obliques. 3 more each way. 2 more. And last one. This time, roll all the way down. And lengthening those legs. You want to draw your legs into at the midline, so you're pressing your inner thighs towards each other. Holding that ring overhead, make sure those ribs are down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rolling up. Trying once again to keep those feet grounded as you roll up. And then slowly coming down as you exhale. And trying these. Exhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Trying 4 more of these. And 1 more, squeezing that ring. And coming down. This time, taking that ring over the chest, tucking both legs in. Modified, you can keep your head down at the floor, or if you feel like your head is getting a little heavy and your neck is starting to take over, you can always rest it here. You want to take those arms up and you want to squeeze that ring. If possible, do lift the head into a cervical knot. Right leg comes into full extension. You want to try to eliminate all of the bend in that knee if possible. Other leg tucks in and switch. So working on that single leg stretch. In Pilates, you're basically trying to keep your torso still oftentimes while the limbs are moving. For a challenge, take those arms back by your ears. If the lowest rib is lifting up off the floor, then maybe leave this one out for today. Try it another day. And drop that down. take the ring in the right hand and place the opposite handle somewhere on that upper left thigh. Find the place that really works for you with your proportions. I'm going to do a little bit of oblique work, but before we get started, we're just going to get used to the action of the arm here. So taking that right arm, and you want to take the handles and you want to press them toward the middle of the circle and release. So it's a subtle action and release. Press and release. Press and release. Press and release. So soon, we're going to add some oblique work, but we're going to keep this movement going. So 2 more before the add-on, and 1 more before the add-on. Now take that left hand behind the head. You don't want to pull on the head, but you want to use the fingertips just for a little bit of guidance and support. That left elbow points straight out to the side, and you're going to lead with your left shoulder. As you press both handles toward the midline, you're going to simultaneously press that left shoulder to the right and release. So squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And this time, hold it over little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back. Oh, 1 more time. And twist and come back. Twist, come back. And 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more time. Hold it over little pulses. Squeeze the ring. Press the shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Hopefully you felt those. I know I did. Take the ring in the other hand. So, ring is in the left hand. The other handle is resting somewhere on that upper right thigh. And starting off, just squeeze that ring. So squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. So using that ring, in this case, to help tone the muscles in the arms and the chest. And now take that right hand behind your head with your elbow out to the side and go into those oblique twists. Squeezing the ring and twisting the torso. Hold it over little pulses. And coming back and over again. Hold it over, pulse. Last time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Tucking your knees into your chest. And you're going to hover that ring just over your shins. Again, modified, feel free to keep your head down or bring it down if your neck gets tired. If you're able to, you're going to come up into that cervical knot and really get yourself in a little ball, reaching that ring as far down your shins as you can. From here, you're going to exhale, squeeze the ring, explode, nice long ladders through the arms and the legs, and then pull back in. So exhale and inhale, trying to keep from the top of your head down to your tailbone perfectly still. Two more. And this time, holding that ring over the chest, going back to the one leg in, one leg out, but this time, we'll change it to the crisscross. So twisting toward that bent leg, squeezing that ring, and switch, and switch, and switch. So being conscious of that leg that's moving away from you. You want to make sure that you're trying to get it to come into full extension. So even though my ring is not looking that egg-shaped, I really am giving it a squeeze. I really do feel it in my shoulders, my chest, a little bit in my biceps. Hopefully, you feel the same sensations. 4 more. 3 more. 2. And 1. And take it center, drop that down. This time, taking that ring and placing the handles right at your inner thigh, just over your knee. Try to get your feet parallel to each other. And then giving that ring a squeeze. Bringing those legs slightly midline and release. And squeeze and release. For those of you in my age bracket, this move should remind you of the old Suzanne Summers Thigh Master. If you're younger, Google it. It really was the rage. 2, 1, and now just little tiny squeezes, pulsing movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can most certainly keep those feet on the floor. Or, if you want to take it up a notch, try to bring your knees directly over your hips and your shins parallel to the floor. Basically the same action. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. And this time just squeeze. Pulse, pulse. And then from here, take that ring and move it so that it's close to your ankles, but not resting on your ankles. And giving that ring a squeeze and just holding it in. It's a subtle squeeze again, but you really should feel like those inner thighs are doing some work. Even though the ring's up near the ankles, you want to make sure that the movement is coming from those inside thighs. From here, we're going to do leg drops. Now, you can do leg drops, the modified version if you'd like, with your hands down by your side. Or if you prefer, and you're able to, you can bring those elbows out to the side. Long neck tuck chin, you're in that cervical knot. Long legs, we're going to do 3 leg drops in one lift. 3, 2, 1, and lift. So you want to be able to do this without letting those lowest ribs lift up off the floor. So the range of motion for all of us may be a little bit different. I've been doing these for a while, so I can bring my legs so that they do hover just over the floor. But if your ribs are lifting, it may be easier for you to do smaller leg drops. Still getting that benefit. And lift. So whatever you choose. 3, 2, 1. Lift up. 3, 2, 1, lift up. 3, 2, 1, lift up. One more. 3, 2, 1, lift up, and drop the head down. So trying to get your legs fairly vertical, still squeezing that ring. Modify, keep your arms down by your side, spread out your fingers, and really get yourself a good foundation. You can use your arms a little bit if you're feeling like your midsection's tired. If you're still going strong, then take those arms up, squeeze those legs together, and circle one way, and then the other. Circle one way, and the other. Keep this going. So you can make your circles very small, or you can turn those circles up a notch. However, you want to keep your rib cage still. Your hips will move. And one more time each way. And tuck those knees into your chest. So the ring can also be great for side-lying movements. It's very challenging, much more challenging than it looks. So give it a try. I think you'll enjoy it. The first thing we'll do is we'll take that ring and we'll thread our legs through the ring and come down into that side-lying position. So basically you want to align your legs with the handle. Trying to create a nice long line, and if you're using a yoga mat, you can align your body parallel to the long end of the yoga mat. Otherwise, you want to just try to get yourself as straight as possible. Maybe you could align yourself to one of your walls. Your upper hand is used as a kickstand. So it comes right in front of you, and basically it helps to stabilize you. For the most part, you want to use your midsection. However, sometimes we need a little help. Squeeze out on that ring. So again, this is one of those, you have to take my word for it. It doesn't look like I'm doing much, but if you try to do this yourself, you'll see that it really is challenging. From here, hovering both legs over the floor, and then lift and drop. Always squeezing out on the ring as you're doing these. The movement is small, but it is very powerful. You want to make sure that as you're doing these, that you keep your hips stacked. It may be tempting to let that upper hip roll forward or back, but you want to try to resist that temptation. And now from here, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and try it again. Lift and drop. And pause. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, taking that down. Now I can't imagine that you didn't feel those, but in case you didn't, or just as a little bonus, even if you did, we're going to turn it up a notch. If you take that ring just over the knees and squeeze out, similar to what we just did, with the ring down just over our ankles. So from here, it's an even smaller movement, but chances are you're going to feel it much more than you did the last ones. hold it up, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and drop again. You can do this. Really, you can. Almost there. 4 more of these. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Dropping that down. Switching sides. Starting off with the ring just over your ankles and coming into that side lying position. Positioning that upper arm as a kickstand. Stacking those hips so they're right on top of each other. And lift and drop. Hold it up and pulse. 8, 7, 6. And lift and drop again. Hold it up, pulse. And drop it down, taking that ring just over the knees. Squeeze out on that ring. So you're trying to make that ring an egg from the inside out. Lift and drop those legs. And pulse. And lift and drop. And pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, we did it. So oftentimes we think about strengthening the front of the body and we forget about the back of the body. But in Pilates, we very rarely forget about the back body, as there's some great exercises to work your back body. One thing that you can do is you can take that ring out in front of you, and one handle's on the floor, and one handle's stacked right above it. Extending those arms out and getting your palm to align with the handle. Think about pointing your toes straight back, spinning your inner thighs toward the ceiling. You're going to lift as you press down on the ring and drop. And lift and drop. So as you're doing this exercise, your gluteals can engage, but they shouldn't grip. You really want to think about that action of spinning the inner thighs to the ceiling and utilizing the hamstrings and the inside thighs. This time, try to hold the torso up and pulse down with the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Try one more set. lift, release, lift, release. You're finding a height that works for you. If you're feeling pain in your back, then you're going too far. Make a smaller movement anytime you feel pain, or stop altogether. Rest and build up to this. And then holding it at the top and pulse those arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that down. And taking the ring, holding a handle in each hand. So this time, we're going to hold the ring out so that our arms are framing our ears, or just they're about, and do a slight lift of your sternum. Then, with the legs nice and long, lift those legs, and we're going to swim the legs. Try and keep the torso as still as possible, squeezing that ring just a little bit, keeping your arms engaged. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Now, staying in this prone position, but we're going to move our ring. So, the easiest way that I've found is to come into a side-lying position, place the ring just over the ankles, get it nice and steady, and then flip over. Trust me, it takes practice. From here, you're going to hold your head a natural extension of your spine. Some people like to rest their forehead right on the floor. I usually prefer to stack my hands, rest them on there. You want to lengthen those legs as much as possible. Bring a little external rotation into the legs and come into heel beats. So squeeze that ring. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, flex the feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, point the feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, flex the feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that down and rolling over to your side. Coming up into a seated position. So, in a seated position, you want to bring your feet just slightly wider than your hips. You want to place one handle of the ring down on the floor, and you want to place your hands up on the other ring. You've stacked those handles. From here, you're starting off with a nice long spine, and although you don't have my side view the way that it is, you should have the crown of your head stacked right over your tailbone. From here, we're basically going to do a seated abdominal crunch, and we're going to bring this upper handle down toward the lower handle. So we're going to scoop, thinking about bringing our sternum closer to our pubic bone, and then we're going to lengthen again. So squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Although these may not feel quite as intense as some of the supine ones that we did a little bit earlier, you should still feel like you're doing something. If not, really focus on pulling those abdominals back, exhaling as you scoop, and trying to curve that lumbar spine. And this time hold the scoop and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up. Single scoops again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the scoop, pulse the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up. Now, taking that ring, holding it about chest height, right in front of you. And we're going to do something similar. We're going to squeeze the ring, and we're going to do basically seated abdominal crunch again. So scoop, and come up. Scoop, and come up. Giving that ring, squeezing the abs, squeezing the ring. It's been a common theme. Trying 4 more and we'll add on. 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're going to scoop, and then from here we're going to lengthen our spine at a diagonal. So trying to get it straight, but your spine is no longer vertical. And you're going to pulse those arms by your ears. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, scoop, and zip yourself back up to vertical spine. Trying that again. Scoop, lengthen, 4, 3, 2, 1, scoop, and coming up. Squeeze the ring. Keep squeezing the ring as you lengthen. Pulse 4, 3, 2, 1. And come up. And hopefully, despite this small squeeze that it looks like I'm making, your arms are feeling the intensity of this as much as mine. Squeeze, lengthen, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze, come up, squeeze, lengthen, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze, come up, 3 more, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2 more, squeeze, lengthen, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze, come up, squeeze, lengthen, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. And this time, you want to come into a movement called the saw. So you may want to take your legs slightly wider. How wide is up to you. You do want them wider than your hips. You want to be able to keep your knees pointing up toward the ceiling and prevent them from either rolling in or rolling up. Nice long spine, holding that ring. You're going to twist. You're going to saw, like you're sawing off your pinky toe. Come up, come center. So twist, saw, twist, center, twist. Squeeze the ring as you saw, center, twist, saw, twist, center, twist, saw, twist, center, twist, saw, twist, center, twist, saw, twist, center. Keep it going. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. And drop it down. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this first video with the Pilates ring. If you'd like to see more of these, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll be sure to get some more videos posted, both with the ring and with some other devices. If you ever find yourself in Central Mass, please stop by and visit the studio. It's Auburn Yoga and Pilates, and we can be found at auburnyogaandpilates.com. Thanks so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed it. Best wishes.